Good morning, guys. John, Chicken Ship Farms. So I'm still wearing my rail hat. Yeah. Pretty sure I'm not going to buy a KLLM hat. So we are in Lamont, Illinois. We're still trying to get things straightened out over here. Like I said, it's a lot of left hand doesn't know what the right hand's doing. Nobody communicates here at all, which is amazing. It's a large company. It's been around for a while. Very nice equipment, a lot of new equipment. They're doing a lot to the terminals, like the Atlanta terminal is very nice. Very nice. They've done a lot of work to it. Put in some nice things. Pool tables and lots of couches and TVs and stuff that you really don't want to use when you're out here. You really hope that you're running and not sitting around at the terminals. But I mean, if you're doing a 34 or something, that's great. The Jackson terminal was very nice. Had some nice things. I did not go inside the Burns Harbor. I didn't go in the building. I just went to the local dispatch and dropped some things off. But yeah, you would think for a company this size that, you know, they're definitely investing money, that they would fix the small things like communication. Communication's terrible. Nobody knows anything. When they send us pre-plans, loadouts and stuff like that, they'll send us something for our next load or where we're going. There's no information on there. No empty miles, no loaded miles. You can look all this stuff up yourself. They'll have some information, which I'm used to having, you know, not all the information. That's fine, but little things are nice. Appointment times, appointment windows. Is the load preloaded? Is it a drop on the other end? Is it alive on where you pick it up? Is it alive on the other end? Preload drop. What is it? We don't get any of that information. Then last night, the local lady said, well, you got to accept the load and then we'll send you the information. What? Why? How about you give me the information and then I'll make up my mind if it's something I can do. I said, especially if you've got, let's say you've got a pickup time and a delivery time, and you know, all right, well, if I'm stuck over at this place their customers are not that great. So if you're stuck over there, let's say 6 hours getting loaded, you got to account for that and make sure that you can make your delivery on the other end. If you don't know if you've got a preload, a live drop, what on the other, you have no idea. You don't know your windows or anything else, but they want you to commit to do the load without any information on the load. And of course, if you do and you miss your appointment times, it's on you, according to them. So you got to watch yourself. Definitely, it's always a cover your own ass in this business. Yeah, when you're dealing with people that are doing the same thing, they're covering their ass and they'll put it on you if you're not careful. So definitely keep that in mind. Other thing they do that is crazy is they'll send me a plan, or a pre-plan for a load that's picking up in the yard, one of the yards. Let's say Jackson, Morrow, Burns Harbor, any of those, or even that's going to the yard in Jackson or Morrow or Burns Harbor. It won't be in the plan they send me. Won't say anything about picking up in the yard. It'll have the original shipper and the where it's, you know, it's the consignee, wherever it's going, receiver. There won't be a yard anywhere in the plan. Nothing. I don't know. How the hell I'm supposed to know? They sent me a load that they wanted me to pick up at the yard in Morrow. They sent it over, picking up in North Carolina, 200 miles away from me, and going to Jackson, Mississippi. But the lady just told me, it was, well, you know, you should pick that up. It's in the yard. I called her back. I was like, well, I don't have anything showing that I'm going to the yard other than you told me. I'm looking at the plan here, and it shows the original shipper, and the Jackson doesn't show anything else. Oh, it was sitting in the yard. Okay, well, I go to the yard to pick it up. It's not in the yard. I asked local there where it was, and I said driver's got it in South Carolina. I said, okay, well, he's bringing it here, so that should be fine. Just let me know when it comes in. I'll let my dispatcher know. So I go park. I call my dispatcher, and I told her, I said, okay, the load's not here. Local says it's on a truck somewhere in South Carolina. He didn't give me an ETA when it'll be here. Just wanted to let you know, because it's supposed to be in Jackson, Mississippi at 6 a.m. the next morning. So she calls me back about an hour later, I think, and tells me it's very important that this load makes it to Jackson at 6 a.m. in the morning. I said, okay. She said, it's not going to be there to the yard until sometime between 2 and 4 a.m. the same morning it's supposed to be delivered in Jackson. She said, can you make it there on time? What? I said, aren't you in Jackson? She said, yes. I said, do you know where Atlanta is? And she said, oh, yes. I said, okay. Well, if the load's not going to be here until 2 to 4 in the morning, and it has to be in Jackson, Mississippi at 6 a.m., I can't do that. Nobody can do that. She's like, well, it has to be there. I said, well, I'm sorry. I mean, it's 400 miles from here over to Jackson. I couldn't do that with an airplane. But she wanted me to stay on this load, and it had to be there at 6 a.m. I said, no, pull me off it. No. This load, you told me, was in the yard, that it was here already. It wasn't. It's in South Carolina. It ain't even the same state. And now you want me to get it delivered 400 miles away in what? Between 2 and 4 hours? No. And want me to take the responsibility for it. That's crazy. But there's a lot of that. I got this load that I got now. I finally got a hold of and talked to the terminal manager in Morrow. And I told him, some of the problems I've been having since I've been here and what's going on. And he actually dispatched me on this load, because they had nothing. I was doing nothing. I was going to be sitting the entire day and probably part of the next day, because they didn't have any loads. So he pulled me a load that was going from Simpsonville, South Carolina to Romeoville, Illinois. And he said, hey, it doesn't deliver till Monday, but if you want, and you want to keep running, drop it at the Burns Harbor yard, and I'll get you a backup coming back down south. I said, all right, cool, that'll work. I said, at least I'll be running, because I haven't done anything this week. It's garbage. I think I had one load, and then this load I pulled up here. So I took it, because he asked me, he's like, you mind running out of region? No. Only time I mind running out of region is when there's ice. I said, there's not. So I come up here, dropped it off in Burns Harbor, but my dispatcher, she's the sweetest person, but she doesn't know math or time or anything. But she asked me, the load was 140 miles away from where I was. I had about 10 hours left on my clock, right? And it was going 750 miles. It was almost 900 miles. She calls and asks me, are you okay with the pre-plan? I said, yes, ma'am. And she said, can you have it there today? What? I said, no, it's 900 miles away. I can't make it there today. I should be there tomorrow afternoon. Or no, yeah, I told her I said I'll be there tomorrow. She said, in the morning? I said, it's 900 miles. I should be able to make it there by tomorrow afternoon. I said, if it, I didn't no information on the load, didn't know if it was loaded, preloaded, what. I said, let me go get it. I'll go pick the load up. As soon as I get it, if it's loaded, I'll shoot you an ETA. If it's not loaded when I get loaded, I'll shoot you an ETA when I'll be at the Burns Harbor yard. Okay, so I did that. As soon as I went over there, it was preloaded. I picked it up. I shot her an ETA when I was going to be in Burns Harbor. I didn't know where the hell the Burns Harbor yard is. Wasn't in my plan. They had me going all the way to Romeoville. So they had the trip planned from Simpsonville, South Carolina. They had a fuel stop, and then they had going to Romeoville. I told her, I said, well, can you give me the address or something for the Burns Harbor yard? So I don't know. I have no idea where it is. Yeah, just give me a call. We'll figure it out. Just send me the address. That's all. She never did. So that's fine. I mean, it's not that hard to figure out where their yards are. You can Google and you'll find the address, which is what I did, because she or somebody pinned something that was nowhere near where I was going. So it's fine. I found the yard without any problem, and we took it over there. They didn't. Even the terminal manager didn't have me a load coming back. He never backed it up. He went home. He doesn't work on the weekends. That's fine. I kind of expected that was going to happen. It didn't surprise me at all. But the local dispatch found me this load I'm on, which is it's been interesting. Like I said, it's hard to believe a company this size that's been around this long struggles with the small things. Just the smallest things. A little communication. But like I said, I'm dealing with the terminal manager there in Morrow now, and we're going to see. I said I really want to give them a fair shake, as anybody that's new to this, that hasn't been out here very long, you don't want to jump around between companies. It looks terrible for you. And a lot of the good, the decent companies out there, if they see that you've jumped around a lot of different jobs, they're not going to even look at you. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you've put your time in, you've done your research, you've talked to other people, you've done whatever you can, you've watched people like me talk about the experiences we're having, and then you make up your mind. I'm not going to tell you to go somewhere, ever. You will never hear me give you any of my information to get a referral. It won't happen. I just won't do it. I don't care if I love the place. It's not for me. It's for you. You do your own research, and not just me, but everywhere else, because what's happening here with me may not be happening with other people. Maybe it is, maybe it's not, but you have to do your own research, make up your own mind. So, but remember that you don't want to be a hopper. You don't want to jump around to these different companies, because you will almost get blackballed from the better companies out there, and you'll get stuck with a lot of bottom feeders. So don't do it. I said I came over here I'm not gonna lie, I came over here to grab the bonus. I was already making a switch anyway. I was gonna put my truck to work at on its own run under another authority, and I've been wondering about this company since I've been driving. And I was like, well, they keep trying to get me on with this bonus, flashing that bonus. I was like, yeah, I'll give them a shot and see what they're all about. If nothing else, I'll be able to tell people how my experience has been, and go, people can use that to go their own way. But it hasn't been good for me at all. I'll get my bonus. I think I'll get the other half of my bonus next week, I believe. And if the terminal manager over there hasn't done anything different than he's already done and we've been dealing with, I'm probably done. I may work another week, may give him my 2 weeks. I don't know. I may say I'm out, because it's just been that bad. And I really didn't think, that I really thought I could at least work through the end of the year and put in 5-6 months, and make a good faith effort, but it has been terrible. And I don't know if it's going to improve, but we'll see. Like I said, hopefully it does. But we appreciate everybody. You guys be safe out there. And today's 9/11. Y'all say some prayers for all those poor families out there and the people we lost, and then the people we lost afterwards in our 20-year battle. That was a mess. All right, guys.